Hey guys, Appalachian Empire today with another gun review, and today we have a pretty awesome little firearm here. We got the KRISS Vector. This is the carbine version. It's just me today. Sorry about the latency and the upload process. You know, life gets in the way sometimes. But here we are again. We got the KRISS Vector, so let's get into it. Alright guys, let's get into it here. We're out here in the beautiful North Carolina wilderness just outside of Lillington, North Carolina. The specific name of the gun that I have here is the Victor CRB Enhanced Gen 2. And so I guess let's just start from the outside and work our way in. So on the outside here, you'll see the case that the gun does come with. It's a decently nice case. It's nothing to write home about. It does say KRISS on the front, which is nice, and it has the nice foam padding on the inside. And inside the case, you're gonna get your standard paperwork, bubble wrap, etc. Just the stuff that most guns come with. All right, let's start with that big thing up front. That is a barrel shroud. That is not a suppressor. It does have a 16-inch barrel, which means it's a carbine, and it is not an SBR, or it's not a pistol, which makes it a lot easier for somebody like me who just doesn't want to go through all that paperwork. If that's you, that's awesome. Do I wish it was a shorter barrel? Yeah, but it's not that big a deal for me. It does look cool, I think. That's my opinion. Some people like barrel shrouds, some people don't. But enough about that. I'll get talking about barrel shrouds and we'll be here all day. But moving along, we got your flip-up sights on the top, and it's also got a Picatinny rail on there. There's also one on the bottom, as you can see. And that Troy foregrip that you see there, that is something that I just added on. And one thing I would like to mention with that is if you do put a foregrip on the gun, it does make the case rather hard to close. So I always just take it off before I try to close it. It does take Glock magazines, as you can see there. The one that I have in there is a Glock 17 mag. I do not have an extended mag on me at the moment. Moving along, we do have the trigger. I am not sure on the poundage of that. If you want to know the poundage exactly, you know, just leave it in the comment below and I'll get you an exact answer. There's the safe and semi-automatic switch or fire switch. Unfortunately, it doesn't have burst or full auto like the real one. And then moving along to the back, we have the M4 style stock, and I know depending on which variant you get, you'll get a different range of stocks. And luckily this Gen 2 CRB Enhanced does come with an M4 style 6-position stock, which is really nice, especially if you're used to shooting AR-15s like me. It's just a very easy transition. Okay, so just some other things about the gun. One of the things the Vector is most famous for is its recoil system. Instead of going directly back into the shooter, the recoil is directed down and into the gun, which gives it its unique shape. And supposedly it makes it better for rapid fire. This one doesn't have rapid fire, so I wouldn't know. And depending on who you ask, it has fully semi-automatic, I guess, but yeah, that's a whole different thing. And I did forget to mention this one is chambered in 9mm. You can get it in 40. You can get it in a whole host of calibers nowadays, but the one you see before you is 9. Some more things. It does retail. This one I bought for $1,399. I got this at Bud's Guns in Sevierville, Tennessee, right outside of Knife Works. Really nice place. They got a really good range there. But yeah, so let's move on and shoot the thing. All right, guys. So like I said, it comes with a nice little Glock 17 mag. I've just got 6 rounds in here of just Max Tech, 115 grain, nothing fancy. One thing I do want to mention about this firearm, I find it odd that the safeties are on both sides. However, the mag release is not on both sides. Neither is the bolt release, and I'm sure KRISS has a reason for doing that, but it's just something to think about. And one thing I did forget to mention is the charging handle is right here. And once you pull it back and let it go, it folds back to this position. So just to load the gun, and don't worry, there's nothing that way. Take your Glock magazine, whatever type you got, there you go. And just like an AR-15 or something else, the bolt will lock back to the rear when you're done, or when you've depleted all of your rounds. Okay, so I've got a target here about 10 yards away. So let's just try it out and see what I can do. Go ahead and put my ear protection on. 1 second. All right, so 6 rounds, here we go. Gonna switch it from safe to fire. And we're clear. And the bolt locks back to the rear. All right, let's step back a little bit further and see what else we can do. Okay, so moved a little bit further back, probably like 10 yards back. Sorry, I drew a line in the sand. Trying to get the camera right. So I'm just loading up the same amount of ammo. I think I was 6 rounds last time. This might be 6 or 5. Doesn't really matter. Oh shoot, I dropped it. Oh well. All right, so one thing I did forget to mention is on the back sight, just like most guns, there's a peep and a night sight, and that's as simple as just flipping this little thing right here. And you can also adjust the windage and elevation like most guns. Okay, let me just go ahead and get this loaded. This is why you always preload. So, yeah. How's your day? Pretty hot here. All right, so got it loaded, and the bolt was to the rear like it was from last time, and I've not got my ear protection on, so I'm gonna grab those real quick. All right, so here we go. And we're clear. All right, let's shoot it rapidly just so you can sort of see it's shooting fast, and we'll wrap up. All right. Rapid fire 10 rounds. Like I said, you would rack it back, but it's already to the rear because we fired all the rounds. Push the bolt release and put it on fire. Here we go. Hopefully the ejection doesn't hit the camera. All right, let's follow up. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This has been the KRISS Vector. Just some last thoughts. As far as practicality, I wouldn't say this is a home defense firearm or a hunting firearm. While it could be used for those purposes, it really doesn't constitute that for me. And the reason I say that is because it costs $1,500. Depending on the variant, like I said, I got this one for $13.99, but I mean, a lot of people don't want to drop that kind of cash into something they're going to keep under the bed or only use when they hear a bump in the night. For me, I like to shoot a lot. I like to show off. You know, I'm a typical guy, gun guy. You know, for me, it's worth it. For you, it may not be. It gives you off a real video game style vibe. I know it reminds me a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 back in the day. You know, using the Vector and stuff. So, I mean, this is some stuff for you to think about before you even head down the road to purchasing the gun. I know for me, this was a long time coming. So, you know, if you're saving up to get it, that's cool. But as far as like saying, oh yeah, you should use this gun for home defense, I couldn't say that in confidence. But if you have any questions, leave them below. If you have any comments, gripes, complaints, whatever, or if what you would like to see more of, just go ahead and drop them below. We appreciate subscribes. We appreciate likes. Anything that I left out, I know I say a lot. The gun manages recoil well since it's a 9mm and it's got that awesome KRISS Vector recoil thing going on there. You know, I would compare it to a 22. Not much recoil at all, and I'm sure if you changed the caliber, that would affect that. So, you know, results may vary. There we go. But again, guys, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know when you're watching this, but for me, tomorrow's the 4th of July, so happy Independence Day, everyone, and have a great afternoon.